Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Action here on Rare Drop Sport with the Simulation Football League for tonight's Friday Night Clash between the Portland Fleet and the District of Columbia Dragons. I'm Jack Brown, and alongside me here today is Alden Bleeker. And Alden, we got two teams here today looking to establish a little bit more footing here in the SFL. Portland, they got some big numbers. They just don't have a win on their record.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, you have two teams that are really trying to find their identity. DC coming back into the league after taking a 9-season hiatus between season 7 and season 16. Last season was their first season since their hiatus above 500%. They made the playoffs last season. They're going to be looking to do the same here this season.
That they will, and of course with all their and well, one of the things we should be seeing here is a battle between two of the league's top rushing attacks with Kevin Say and Ezekiel Love.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, as great as the passing attack has been for Portland, Cyrus Jive, second in passing yards per game, and Gene Valentine leading the league. That is just another component of their success on offense. It's going to be an exciting game here tonight.
That it will. We're just moments away from the kickoff here in Washington, D.C., in our nation's capital. Stay tuned, everyone. It should be a good game here on Rare Drop Sports.
We're working on getting Jack Brown's signal back here from SFL headquarters, but Gus Scott returns that out to the 26-yard line. For DC, Shabazz Synergy, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception coming into the game so far this season, and has been very efficient, Alden, although not flashy, but that pump fake game is working.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like we said during the intro, second in passing yards per game, and is such a big part of this offense for DC.
Pass over the middle caught by Josh Gill. That's a pickup of 3 yards on the play. Portland's in all white tonight. DC in all teal with the black helmets. The DC Dragon offense is Gus Scott, number 11, Ronnie Shanahan, number 12, Mike Churchill, number 19, and Gill, number 84. That's your receiving core. In the backfield, Kevin Say wears number 20. Fullback is Chuck Steller. Synergy's your quarterback. Lauren Prococo, Craig Westlake, 2 tight ends to keep an eye on. This is flipped out to Say. Say's got some room, makes one man miss, has a first down to the 37-yard line. Good start for that DC offense.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned during the start of this game that Kevin Say, one of the better rushers in the league, and just doing a great job following his blocks to the outside, getting past the sticks, not trying to do anything too fancy, but nothing too fancy needed there.
Portland in the gray helmets tonight, all white with the blue numbers, orange trim. First down here for the Dragons. Kevin Say off the left side, hauls in 4, maybe 5-yard pick up. The Portland defense on the tackle, Bernard Smith. Let's start with the safeties in the backfield. Joseph Lama is in the slot. Dale McLean, your starting strong safety. Corners out there, Chris Stock, Derek Majors, and Leo Morris, who also returns kicks for Portland. At the linebackers, Mel Davis, number 52, Khalil Thomas, number 56, Brody Gulch, 54 on the outside. Defensive line, Robert Brar, Derwin Nuevo, Luis Negron, and Jabu Mick Slim is Say breaks away past the 40. One man to beat. Say being chased from behind. Nada. Touchdown, Dragons.
Wow, and we were just talking about how important Kevin Say is to this DC offense, and it's really sort of a tale of two runs, just following his blocks to the outside on this previous one, and he just finds a little bit of space there, puts one move on, and there is nothing but green grass in front of him. That is why Kevin Say is such a dangerous rusher here at the major league level.
Kevin Say loves Rare Drop Sports. Last time DC was on Rare Drop, he was playing Tulsa in the wild card game and had that unbelievable run just before the half. DC ended up losing that one, but Kevin Say on fire early. That's a 58-yarder according to Zach Holdorf on our stats team, along with Nelson Lozano tonight. 9:25 to go in the first. DC 7, Portland nothing. And I believe we have our play-by-play commentator tonight back for the game, Jack Brown.
Hey, finally those technical gremlins have abided. So, yeah, that was quite a touchdown run there, eh?
I wish you had been here to see it.
We're calling the mother of all football games here, Alden. Can't fret over every play. Kick is away there from DC. Fielded back at the goal line. Taking it past 10, 15, 20. Up to the 25. Oh, past the 30.
Ooh.
What a maneuver there, lads. 1st and 10 for the Fleet.
Yeah, a huge run by Kevin Say on the designed run play. That one almost threatened to go all the way to the house as well.
Hey, it could just be big play after big play here. Now out in Portland with Cyrus Jive. Under center. Deep drop from Cyrus Jive. Throws short to the outside to Ezekiel Love. Love doesn't really do a whole lot. Love was one of the top running threats last year here in the Simulation Football League. And this year, he's looking to get right back at it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're seeing more and more of these designed screen passes, and it's because of, you know, huge speed threats like Ezekiel Love and Kevin Say are just liable to catch the ball and just explode down the field.
2nd and 8, another handoff to Ezekiel Love, and that's not going to do a whole lot. Right back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 8 for the Fleet.
Yeah, really struggling to get the run going here so far, which is maybe a bit surprising. You know, Ezekiel Love didn't really put up any huge explosive runs last time out, but he was able to get the one rushing touchdown.
Yeah, for what that is worth. Throws over the middle. That's going to be a incomplete ball. A little bit of an interesting pass there to Benjamin Warner.
Yeah, a little bit of creative discouragement from the defender there, we'll choose to say. But it is nonetheless a 3 and out by DC. They're going to get the ball back in pretty good field position to boot.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, here in the SFL, it seems just about anything goes. Punt is away from Portland, is going to be fielded at about the 35-yard line, up to the 37. That'll make it 1st and 10 for the Dragon and Shabazz Synergy.
Yeah, and Cyrus Jive, or Shabazz Synergy, I should say, went 24 for 32 last week, 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, you know, as much as we talk about Kevin Say, and he certainly has made his presence felt already, Shabazz Synergy can be a big part of this offense as well.
Yeah, he can. Synergy, quick drop back. So that's going to be caught for a nice little gain.
And that was Perocco. Just a great job to set up that pass, just float the ball up into the air. And, you know, we call that tall ball style when you have receivers that can go up and grab it.
Going to be a nice little run to the outside.
Well, we saw this previous drive, Portland, DC doing a great job to really shut down the Portland run game, and really only one pass attempt. And we're seeing the same thing here, where Portland playing a very stern defense.
Quick drop there from Shabazz Synergy, throws over to the outside. That's going to be wide open, and tap-toeing, doing a whole lot of hooting and hollering. That's going to be a 1st down for the DC Dragons. Couldn't quite catch who the receiver was on the play.
Yeah, but what a fantastic pass by Shabazz Synergy. I mean, you saw downfield. It seemed like every option was covered, but just to find that one option on the outside and to have the confidence in his receiver to keep it in bounds, that was fantastic.
Another quick drop, throws over the middle. That's going to be a gain of 7 on the play there. Gus Scott, the receiver, on the play.
Yeah, and this is really where Shabazz Synergy can be really successful sometimes, when his receivers are finding space, whether it's in the middle where the coverage isn't, or whether they're creating their own space, you know, putting moves on and finding space on the sideline and down the field. You know, they really can make his game even better.
Handoff right up the middle to Kevin Say. That's going to be a gain of none, loss of none. Apart from that one run, he's been having he's not been having the greatest day. Only 3 yards on the ground so far.
Well, yeah, those stats really say it all. His 61 yards on the day, but his longest, that 58-yard touchdown run that got DC on the board. But Portland learned their lesson and have really done a good job shoring up the run here.
That they have. Another handoff to Kevin Say. Picks up some blocks. He's got room to run. Oh, he spins around. That is disrespectful. Down the sideline, pushed out at the 4-yard line. First and goal. And Alden, I'm very lucky I couldn't catch the defender that he just... Oof.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, just as I was talking about how Portland have shored up the run defense, I mean, it was almost as if he could hear me. I mean, doing a great job. Again, it was just like that touchdown run. He found the tiniest bit of space, put one move on, and then just really used his full acceleration to its maximum efficiency there.
That he did. Now makes the first and goal in the heavy set for DC. Handoff to Kevin Say to the outside. He's going to rumble. Oh, it's the end zone touchdown. How did he get that? It looked like he was stopped at the 3. Got that second wind, and now DC's up by 2 scores.
Yeah, it looked like he was stopped for sure. I mean, we've already seen Kevin Say, his speed, his ability to just go vertical down the field, but we see a little bit of power running and a good block by number 47. That would be a non-contract player, I believe, and just does a great job to stay up and get in the end zone. You know, as a running back, you just keep those legs moving, good things will happen.
Yep, and now out to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. DC now up 14-0 on Portland, and this is a little bit surprising here, Alden. Typically, Portland, you know, the first 2 games, they don't start weak.
Yeah, exactly. And first of all, I want to give a shout out to Lauren Percoco, who was the tight end that set up that block there. But you know, it's like you say, this has really been a shockingly explosive start for DC and a shockingly slow start for Portland to match.
Yeah, taken out from the goal line, up past the 10, 15, 20, up to the 26-yard line. That'll make it 1st and 10 for the Portland Fleet. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And Cyrus Jive puts just the right amount of touch on that ball for Jean Valentin to catch it, but unfortunately, he lost a yard.
Yeah, and you know, the one pass attempt that we saw on the previous drive from Portland was an incompletion. So, you know, Cyrus Jive it comes into this game one of the better passers in the league. So, you know, if he can continue to make completions, he can really get going.
And speaking of another, he spins out. He got out of that pile, and he gets it up to the 49-yard line as Ezekiel Love. This guy, if there's any comparison I think you could make, it's a man who wore the jersey number 1 less than 21, number 20, Barry Sanders, Just look at the elusiveness and look at the way that he kept going.
Yeah, absolutely. And, to be entirely honest, my analysis going into this game, I thought this was going to be a quarterback duel between Cyrus Jive and Shabazz Synergy. So far, the run game has been a huge component of this back and forth battle here.
That it has. Quick drop, throws deep over the middle. That is a huge catch. What just a perfectly lobbed ball. And caught by Nelson Lozano Jr., one of our statisticians with us here tonight. And just perfect throw from Cyrus Jive, looking like he's been in the league for an eternity.
Yeah, absolutely. And really that's what we talk about when a receiver can do their quarterback all sorts of favors by finding the space for them. Don't worry about beating your coverage. Just find the space and the ball will find you. That's another example of it right there.
Portland has gained 53 yards on the previous 2 plays. Dumps it out to the outside for Ezekiel Love, and Love makes it 56 yards on 3 play.
Yeah, this has been really Portland's best effort yet. They're marching down the field, picking up yards in bunches, and while it hasn't been quite as explosive as DC, they are really showing some promising signs here so far.
That they are. Jive drops back, throws it over to Love again. Love is finding some blockers. He's going to get the first down and a few yards to boot. Meanwhile, I think the DC Dragons have taken a little bit too much information from all those Bruce Lee movies that I'm sure Lord Destro subjects them to on a regular basis.
Yeah, absolutely, and a bit of old WCW footage as well. The heart attack finishing move being used to effect there. But you see there again. We talk about all the time the designed outlet passes having a bigger and bigger role in the SFL, and that's yet another example of it.
That indeed, 1st and 10 from the 12. Empty backfield for Cyrus Jive. Throws it over the middle. That's going to be tipped incomplete. Bit of a dangerous throw, I got to say. Pass was intended for Benjamin Warner, but it didn't look like it was going to work.
Yeah, and really that's the thing that can be a little dangerous when you've done so well finding space is you can maybe have a little bit of a mental lapse in thinking that there's space all over the field, and that's when you get closed down on.
2nd and 10 from the 12. Throws the outside. That's wide open, and he shouldn't have spun. Benjamin Warner had a pathway to the end zone, but unfortunately he decided to add a little spin move to the mixture, and it's only going to be a 1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah, but what a pitch and catch between Cyrus Jive and Benjamin Warner, setting themselves up on the goal line of DC. That is as impactful as a touchdown. Four downs to do their thing here.
They're going to hand it off to Ezekiel Love, and they do their thing on the first play. Touchdown, Portland Fleet, on a drive fueled by explosive play after explosive play. And we are now down to a 1-possession ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really sort of a very similar touchdown to the one that we saw on the other end of the field. Kevin Say just standing up, following his blocks and sort of walking it into the end zone. But we see the exact same thing happening there with Ezekiel Love, staying up, following his blocks and walking it into the end zone. It's a great play by the offensive line and the tight ends blocking as well.
Extra point is up and good for the Portland Fleet, making it 14-7. Still a very good drive from Portland, and I think that was a long delayed answer to the DC Dragons onslaught.
Yeah, absolutely. But all the credit to Portland for hanging into this game. They went into that drive down 2, and they go back to the drawing board and they find a winning formula.
Kick is away, fielded at around the 8 or 9 yard line, taking it past the 10, 25, up to the 26 yard line. And that's where Shabazz Synergy, who's now just 27 yards away from 20,000 receiving yards throughout his entire career.
Yeah, it's an impressive total, and he's had quite a good night. Only 30 yards, but 5 for 5, 6 yards per attempt, a quarterback rating of over 90 here so far.
Doing everything he needs to do and more. Gonna throw it out to the outside. That's gonna be it. Oh, nice little spin move there from Kevin Say. Gains 8, makes it 2nd and 2.
And that's really, you know, as if we don't talk about these design screenplays enough, you know, that's really what they can do is just create create an opportunity for the halfback where they already have space and to evaluate what's available downfield.
2nd and 2, handoff up the middle to Kevin Say. That's going to be a first down, easy as they come.
Yeah, you don't always have to hand it to your fullback. Sometimes you just hand it to the fullback and tell him to go straight up the middle, and it worked there.
Yeah, although I'm sure your fullback comment will not be of pleasure to be heard by my general manager.
Oh, no, they'd rather take those stats for sure.
Yeah, handoff in the middle to Kevin Say again. Say gains about 4 yards. Makes it 2nd and 6 as the running game keeps going for the Dragons.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, you know, Kevin Say has had such an explosive running performance here. 112 yards in 8 attempts. His longest still that 58-yard touchdown. But he really can start to set up some space here for Shabazz Synergy.
Quick stand-up throw to the outside. It's going to be a first down, as he was basically taken out by the ankles there as Gus Scott.
I was going to say, I hope we get to see a replay of this pass here, because just a great pitch and catch, but one-handed. I mean, what an athletic play by Scott here. My goodness. And just tiptoes his way to keep it in bounds. That is one of the finest examples of athleticism I think you're going to see all afternoon.
One-handed and in his offhand as well. Quite the wild thing to see. Another handoff to Kevin Say. He's going to spin around, nearly get into the open field, but that'll do it. Gain of 6 sets up a 2nd and 4 when we come for the second quarter. And so the first quarter comes to an end here in DC. The Dragons are up 14-7 on your Portland Fleet. You're watching the SFL here on Rare Drop Sports Twitch. Welcome back, everyone. Jack Brown alongside Alden Bleeker in what has been quite a scoring fest so far. 14-7, 3 touchdowns in the first quarter alone. Happy to have you along for the ride. Hand off to Kevin Say, finds some holes. He's going to get the first down. And just trucking his way through. Kevin Say had a 58-yard run touchdown that really got this game into motion. And ever since then, it's basically just going back and forth.
Yeah, and really has been just such an explosive runner. 14 yards per carry, according to our statisticians here so far.
Hand off the outside, and oh my goodness! Caught behind the line of scrimmage. I was fully expecting something big. Brody Gulch, though, had other plans in mind, just exploded. He was concealed behind the O-lineman.
That was some hide in the end zone level trickery. That was fantastically drawn up and executed by Portland. You know that's really what's so scary about Kevin Say as a runner, is his ability to make those first 1 or 2 tackles left and there just be absolutely no one left to cover him. So they disguised the man that was going to come up and get him. That was brilliant.
Throw over the middle for Shabazz Synergy. That's going to be caught for a first down to Portland's 25-yard line. And DC keeps the chains a-moving.
Yeah, and Shabazz Synergy remains on the day perfect. 8 for 8, 63 yards, and his quarterback rating is going to continue to climb here.
And With that pass, Shabazz Synergy has officially surpassed the 20,000-yard milestone for an SFL quarterback. Not often that you see that come around, as that's going to be a gain of 4 to add on to the total.
Yeah, just a fantastic career for Shabazz Synergy. Really one of those role model quarterbacks that you would recommend as a coach to watch film to one of your younger quarterbacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob has told Cyrus to watch a couple clips of Shabazz Synergy, one of the longest tenured QBs here in the SFL. Quick drop for him once again, throws over to the side, going to gain 2 more yards to boot, 3rd and 2.
And just one of the nicest guys that you could ever hope to talk to in the SFL Discord as well. So just a consummate professional is Shabazz Synergy. I don't think I have enough nice things to say about the man.
3rd and 2 for the Dragons. Gonna be a handoff to Kevin Say. Say charges through, gets the first down. Not much more on top of that, though. Portland managed to slow him down just enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's bend don't break time, it seems, for Portland. You know, trying to hold DC to 3 or get a turnover even. That would be ideal. But this has just been one of those drives where DC have looked just unstoppable.
Ball's on the 14. Quick drop throw to the outside. That's going to be wide open. Pass to the end zone. Touchdown, DC Dragons. And that was as easy as they come for Lauren Percoco.
Yeah, absolutely. Lauren Percoco having a tremendous impact on this game. You know, a block assist on the previous touchdown for Kevin Say, and then does a great job running her route to get into the open space. And when the ball was in her hands, there was just nobody in between her and the touchdown. Once again, a fantastic play executed by DC.
Now Paul Tai out to attempt the extra point. Put DC back up by 14. Kick is up and it's good. 21-7 here on Rare Drop Sports as DC extends their lead.
Yeah, and this has really been a fantastic game for Shabazz Synergy as much as it has been for Kevin Say. 11 for 11 and a quarterback rating now with that touchdown of 129.2. If he can keep this up, this might be one of the more memorable days of his career, as he has already increased his spot on the leaderboards there.
That he has, as Portland now looks to come out and, well, answer right back.
Yeah, absolutely. And they certainly have the ability to. Cyrus Jive, not perfect, but 6 for 8 with a quarterback rating of 90. He's already picked up 50 yards. And Ezekiel Love has 24 yards on 3 attempts. So this offense does have some aspects that are clicking.
Play action pass for Cyrus Jive, and that's going to be hit way in the backfield. Fortunate enough for him, though, that was not a sack. Kind of an interesting play call, though.
Yeah, the tuck rule coming into effect here in the SFL, but that I'm not quite sure what the issue was there. It almost looked like a little bit of a low snap, or perhaps even Cyrus Jive fumbled the ball a little bit once it was in his hands, but that was a bit awkward there.
2nd and 10, empty backfield for Cyrus Jive. Jive goes through the outside. That's caught, and that's going to be keeping the feet in bounds to turn up for a first down. And that's going to be a first down this time for, once again, it's Benjamin Warner.
Benjamin Warner once again. We saw that fantastic offhanded athletic stab on the previous drive, and now doing the same thing. 23 yards on 2 receptions so far here.
Going to be another handoff to Ezekiel Love, and Love finds a pathway. He makes a man miss. He's going. He is going to be gone. Touchdown, Portland Fleet. They got their own big rushing touchdown to answer back to DC.
Wow, and that is just as explosive as the absolute jet takeoff that was the Kevin Say touchdown at the very start of this game. He finds space, he makes men miss, and that is just one of the most beautifully executed runs that you will see all season. We talk all the time about finding space and exploiting space. Ezekiel Love blew the space that he had wide open there.
Gotta create your own destiny here, folks. As now Portland draws it back to within a one-score game. And that's good. 21-14.
Well, Kevin Say previously had the longest touchdown in this game at 58 yards. According to our statisticians, Ezekiel Love has now taken over that number with his 62-yard touchdown run that he just put on the board. This is a truly special rushing attack that we're seeing from both of these teams here.
That it is. I said at the beginning, it's a clash of rushing titans.
And that absolutely turned out to be the case here. You know, you look at the statistics, Ezekiel Love, 86 yards on 4 attempts. That works out to be 22 yards per carry. Kevin Say with 125 yards on 12 attempts. That works out to be 10.5 per attempt.
Synergy in the shotgun. Goes deep, and that receiver basically came out of nowhere. Shot right through, and that's Josh Gill, who was running basically just a go route and got the first down.
Yeah, and just another instance, like we keep saying, of finding your receivers in space rather than trying to force something up, you know. And a good job by Shabazz Synergy. That's how he's managed such a long tenure.
Quick drop from Synergy. He's going to throw it over the middle. That's tipped and complete. Luckily for DC, no one was there apart from number 22, Chris Stotch, because that would have been disastrous.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, nobody can be perfect. That is the first incompletion by Shabazz Synergy. But this is just a fantastic job, as we're going to see by number 24, it was number 34, I believe, excuse me, just fantastic job to stay with the play there. And, you know, that's a pure physicality play to stay with the receiver.
2nd and 10, quick drop back, throws over the middle. That's going to be caught not for a first down. They're going to say 3rd and inches on the reception from Lauren Prococo.
Yeah, and Lauren Prococo, it's going into this game, it was Portland that had the top receiver in the league in Jean Valentine, but Lauren Prococo is certainly making her case to jump up the leaderboard here.
That she is, as Kevin Say rumbles forward, gets the first down. That's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Offset eye for the Dragons. Quick drop for Synergy. He's going to sling it sidearm style. That's going to be incomplete. Tried to look like Patrick Mahomes or Matt Stafford. Unfortunately, doesn't work out quite so well.
Yeah, well, it's the confidence is not unearned, as we have seen. Both the passing attack and the rushing attack have been on point for DC. 238 all-purpose yards. That breaks down to 112 passing yards and 126 rushing yards. So very effective and efficient have been DC.
as they go for the deep bomb. That's going to be caught down to the 6-yard line. A rainbow was thrown here in District of Columbia, and Josh Gill was the pot of gold at the end.
My goodness, that is just a fantastic speed play. And you see there, he just burned all of his receivers. They had no shot to catch up with him. You know, tight ends are typically known for their hands, but Nelson Lozano Jr. showing off that speed as well.
Hand off to Kevin Say right up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 2, making it 2nd and goal from the 4, as Portland now has to buckle down.
Yeah, absolutely. Bend, don't break, try to force a turnover. That's got to be the mentality. They have not really been able to stop DC yet, but it would be an ideal time to start. Absolutely no better time.
Another handoff on the free play. That's going to be a touchdown. And I think DC will just take the touchdown as they now extend their lead back up to 2 possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna decline that. But man, what a great job on the run there, just to get it up the middle. Even with the offside defender there, does a great job getting it up the middle. And it's like we say, Kevin Say can be so elusive that even when the defense takes a jump, it's hard to bring him down.
Paul Ty, the snap's a little bit low, but still good nonetheless. 28-14. And now, Alden, I got to ask, how do you think Portland's going to score on this drive?
I have been known to curse a team or two in my day, but I'm gonna guess they're gonna go for the long vertical touchdown. I mean, it's been one of the things that's been working for Portland very well here, so why not go back to it?
All right, I'm gonna keep that one on hand. If that ends up being the case, I will call you a time traveler. And that's gonna be taken up to the 22-yard line. And folks, the SFL has partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Check out SFL games on their Twitch channel. That's right here. Fridays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And follow Rare Drop Sports at twitch.tv/rdsports. Which, I mean, you're already here, so you may as well hit that follow button right below. 1st and 10 for Cyrus Jive in Portland. Throws the outside, that's going to be caught. And oh, what a spin move there from Jean Valentine. One of the top receiving targets emerging in this young SFL season.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I wrote down in my notes. He was the leading receiver with 318 total yards, but we would be remiss to not point out, as our statisticians say, DC have had 4 drives and 4 touchdowns, 3 of them coming on rushing touchdowns by Kevin Say.
Although all of them powered by a big play. See, it all rhymes. Hand off to Ezekiel Love to the outside. That's going to lose him a yard. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Fleet. Second down and 11. Deep drop from Cyrus Jive, moving up to the pocket, throws. Oh. That's going to be a nice grab across the midfield stripe to the 40-yard line. Nelson Lozano Jr. running just a straight route up the middle of the field. And, well, when tight ends get that open, you got to throw it to them.
Yeah, hashtag throw to the tight end. Who says you need to run to go vertically up the field? Just another great example of a tight end using their ability to run and catch the ball to make the defense pay there.
Nelson Lozano being one of the more key aspects of this Portland Fleet offense so far today. Been a moderate to deep threat as they hand it off to Ezekiel Love. Plows through the first 2 lines of defense, gets caught up with the safety, 2nd and 5.
And with that previous pass, Cyrus Jive crosses the 100-yard mark, 9 for 12 on the day. So although he doesn't have that touchdown, he is now at a 100 even quarterback rating. So he's starting to heat up a little bit here.
Offset I expect a run here. That's exactly what they're going to do. Pick up some blocking, pick up a spin, and they're going to pick up 2 yards. Not bad.
Well, we've been talking about Kevin Say and his ability to make those primary defenders miss and just get downfield. Portland making the correct decision there to slow him down and then send the rest of the secondary at him. And they've created a pretty tough third down here.
Under center offset I, handoff, going to pick up the blocks. No, he's not. That's going to be a 4th and 6. And I'm not sure if this is within Portland's range to kick.
It's going to be very difficult. Ezekiel Love, to correct myself from the previous play, got them in a good spot, but they're going to punt it. Wow.
Wow. Portland not putting a whole lot of trust into new kicker Joey Robb. And DC is going to take that from their own 14-yard line, just a few seconds shy of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and it's one of those instances where it's going to be interesting to see how the clock management plays out. DC effectively have 4 timeouts with the 2-minute warning, and it's going to be interesting to see if they just try to march down the field as fast as possible, or if they're gonna try to milk some clock off here.
Quick drop, that's gonna be thrown out complete, and that's gonna be taken up to the 22-yard line. Gain of 8 there by Kevin Say on the reception. And it did look like he got out of bounds, so we will have an additional play before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that was really, really good for DC. You know, we talk about the 2-minute warning being effectively a 4th timeout. Oh, but the clock is running.
Well, that's going to take us to 2-minute warning. 28-14. Dragons have the ball, looking to extend their lead heading into the half. Two exciting games here tonight. Vancouver, Baltimore, up over on SFL YouTube, and here on Rare Drop Sports, Kevin Say gets another first down on what has to be probably one of his best games so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin Say, 132 yards on 138 yards on 16 attempts, 58 still the long, and 8.6 yards per carry on 16 attempts. That is just scary.
Another handoff to Kevin Say, going to gain a decent 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and neither team using their timeouts here, so DC I guess is content to milk some time off the clock, and Portland content to let them.
Handoff once again to Kevin Say. There's gonna be a flag on the play. I think that would have to be some sort of holding call.
Yeah,
on the Dragons.
Well, but who? It might be defensive holding.
Oh, it's the infamous clipping penalty. Oh.
Shoved him in the back. You cannot do that, especially when you're trying to get down the field within a tight time constraint.
Yeah, Josh Gill alleged of the clipping. And that'll make it now 2nd and 16. And expect a pass here from Shabazz Synergy.
Yeah, definitely. And this is well within his range, though, even though it's 2nd and 15.
Moving around the pocket. Hit as he throws incomplete. 3rd and 16. Portland managing to bring down the pressure.
Yeah, that's really something that Shabazz Synergy has not had to deal with all day. That's part of the reason that he's gone 15 for 18 with a 121 quarterback rating is because the offensive line has held off the pressure so well. Not only is that credit to DC's offensive line, but I think credit to Portland's defensive line to break through there.
Mel Davis on that tackle. How is that caught? How is that a first down?
No clue.
Throws and catching it in stride. Look at Shabazz Synergy. He's huffing and puffing, having to get back to the line after getting the wind knocked out of him. Does the same thing again.
Oh.
That's another huge play. Oh my goodness.
And a timeout was called there, I believe, giving them time to reset their formation and get Shabazz Synergy his breath back. My goodness, after getting absolutely rocked, gets a good ball up into the air for his receiver.
3 wide to the top. Kevin Say in the backfield. That's the look here for the Dragons. Synergy throws it over the middle. That was not the receiver I was expecting him to throw it to. Gain of 7. Clock now ticks below 30 seconds. DC getting back to the line. Quick drop, throws over the middle. That's going to be another catch. That's another timeout, and expect probably another play or two from scrimmage before DC just kicks the field goal.
Yeah, that last timeout is definitely going to be saved for the field goal, or you would assume so anyway. And oh man, this game is really close for as dominant as DC's offense has been. This is a very close game.
That has been play action pass. Throw to the outside. That's going to be caught behind though. Gains a few yards. Lauren Prococo to the 24. 16 seconds left. That means that DC has enough time for maybe one more play from scrimmage.
Maybe 2 if they're able to get out of bounds quickly. We'll see here.
Yeah, but they're going to play this play. Offset eyes the look for the Dragons. Don't lose too many yards, and you should be able to gain points before the half. Throws over the middle, and that's a deflection incomplete. 13 ticks of the clock remaining as Mel Davis gets the hand up and knocks it around.
Yeah, that would have been a great example of something that you absolutely do not want to happen right before the half under any circumstances.
And now they're going to trot out Pauti Pautai to kick the 40-yard field goal. Should be within his range.
Yeah, certainly very makeable.
Kick is up, nearly blocked. It's over, and it's good. 31-14. The Dragons extend their lead to 3 scores.
Yeah, Portland have 3 timeouts, but I believe once they get the ball back here, it's going to be either just kneel it out, go into the locker room and reset, or we're going to see the Hail Mary formation break out, one of the two.
Kick is away. 9 seconds left on the clock. Clock will start when they field the kick. Up past the 10, past the 20, up to the 28, they're going to say. 5 seconds left. And yeah, I think Portland will just try and run this one out.
Yeah. The kneeling it is the safe play because you don't risk a last minute turnover being returned. But on the other hand, you also don't risk scoring if you make that decision.
This is an interesting formation. We'll see what they do out of it. They're going to pass, actually. Throw over the middle. That's going to be caught, and they run out
almost
of time.
Broke it.
Run out of time. And that'll bring us to the half. After the Nelson Lozano completion. 31-24. Plus side, however, is Portland gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and I think that's really a big plus for them as they get an opportunity to talk things over and diagnose where things went wrong for them this first half, because they have not been bad at all. Cyrus Jive 10 for 13 with a quarterback rating of 104. Ezekiel Love 93 yards on 8 attempts with the touchdown run. It's with the 2 touchdown runs, excuse me, and it's just so hard to say where it went wrong for Portland. Hopefully they're able to figure it out here.
Yeah, everyone got to the sideline, got a couple squirts of Gatorade, and they're back out there. Portland, we'll see what their second half adjustments are going to be. It's going to be interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. But both of these teams have had really dynamic offenses, but it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust to what they've seen in the first half.
First and 10, ball's on the 25-yard line. Quick drop from Cyrus Jive. That's going to be... That floated in the air way too long. Could have easily been picked off by a dragon, but nothing really happens.
Yeah, that was dangerous. I mean, that was something out of a Harlem Globetrotters game. The ball just be floating up into the air like it was just sort of lofted like a juggling ball. That was prime to be picked off by DC. Portland catching a lucky break that it wasn't, quite frankly.
Second and 10. Deep drop from Cyrus. Jive throws the outside. That's going to be gain of 7 on the play. Not bad at all to Jean Valentine.
Yeah, Gene Valentine has been such a key part of the passing attack for Portland this year. As we said, going into this game, it led the league in total receiving yards going into this game. So maybe that's a new point of emphasis for Portland.
Hand off the outside for Ezekiel Love. He's not going to get the first down. 4th and 1, as Portland's going to have to punt away their first drive of the second half.
Oh man, and so close to the sticks. I think you can see the disappointment on the expression of the Portland team, because they really felt like they had something going there.
Punt is away. Going to be fair caught at the 34-yard line, and that means that Shabazz Synergy and company are going to come trotting out for half number 2.
And really just a chance to continue what they've done so well in this first half. Shabazz Synergy with a touchdown. We've seen Kevin Say get those 3 touchdowns as well, and it's been just such a special day for this DC offense.
Going deep, and that's picked off. A lot of room in front of him too. Gonna find the lane down the sideline. Can he get it? Yes, he will. Touchdown, Portland Fleet on the pick 6, and that blows the game right back open.
Well, you were accusing me of being a time traveler and related to Matt Groening earlier in this game, but again, just as I was saying how impactful DC's offense has been here today, that ball just lofted a little bit too high in the air, maybe wasn't quite able to get the full grip prior to the release, and that is taken all the way to the house. What a fantastic pick 6 for Portland, and they have taken their own destiny back in their hands once again, as you said earlier in this game.
Yep, and that pick 6 was made by Derek Majors. Bring this game back to within 2 scores. Portland, they got to feel a little bit better about themselves now.
Yeah, that's definitely a confidence builder, and that really is something that you have to feel like Portland was maybe lacking after that first drive not going anywhere of the second half, and they give themselves an opportunity to claw back into this game now.
Kick is away. Fielded at the 5-yard line, taken up past the 25 to the 27. Now Shabazz Synergy's got to shake off the dust, get back out there, and get back to doing what he does best.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really think that you gotta. Times like these really test your mettle as a quarterback. You just got to get out there and shake off what just happened to you. Shabazz Synergy still has a quarterback rating of 100, so his day is not broken yet.
Well, unfortunately, that won't really boost too much confidence, getting sacked right after throwing a pick six.
You know, sometimes things happen in these games, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have made that prediction, because immediately the opposite happens. Shabazz Synergy facing the pressure, and like we said, that's really been one of the things that DC has done so well, is stopping that pressure from getting to him.
Another quick drop, throws to the outside. It's going to be tipped and complete. That was in danger of being taken back for another pick six. But fortunately for DC, not much happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is really Portland looking to build, as our statisticians are saying in our ear. That pick six was the first stop of the game for Portland's defense, and they're working on another one here. Fingers crossed.
Pump fake, throws over the middle. That's gonna be tipped and falls to the ground. Was not intercepted by Brody Gulch, although he saw it fall right to the ground.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The fingers crossed is apparently the secret to preventing the caster's curse from happening. But a great stop from Portland nonetheless. It's a punt from deep in DC zone, and this is going to be great field position for Portland to follow up on the pick six.
Snap is low, kick is away from the Dragons. And that's going to be fielded at the 44.
Well, it's another opportunity for Portland to get back on the field, and don't look now on your stat sheet, partner, but they are slowly but surely starting to catch up in terms of offensive stats to DC.
Quick drop throws to Ezekiel Lovett. Oh, this fumble!
Oh.
That's going to be picked up by the Dragons, going back the other way, and that's going to be a Dragons touchdown. Tit for tat in every aspect, including the defensive scores. This game has had it all.
You know, I really need to get a refund on that time machine because my predictions are really blowing up in my face here. A good pitch and catch, but just pressure coming in. It's sent and knocked away in a fantastic position. That is a fantastic job by number 55, who is I believe that was Keith Lannister, the non-contracted linebacker for DC. Does such a great job to knock it away, and it's picked up and run into the house. What has you said it? What has this game not had? We've now seen 2 turnovers returned for a touchdown.
And that also that was actually Riley Cuse on the fumble return touchdown.
My apologies, Riley.
Hey, I think they offer their forgiveness. And just a game that has been wildin', as they say.
Yeah, for sure. This game is bananas, says AJ Pick 6 in the Rare Drop Sports chat, and I would have to agree.
Two absolutely bonkers games here on a Friday night. Start off week 3 of the Simulation Football League over on the YouTube page. Baltimore and Vancouver are playing what has to be an all-time classic so far. But over here, we got a classic of our own brewing, depending on if Portland can bring this a little bit closer. Pitch to the outside for Ezekiel Love, and that's going to not gain anything, not lose anything. Actually, going to say he lost a yard, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, well, here's a prediction that I don't think is going to blow up in my face, but both this game and the Vancouver-Baltimore game that we're seeing on the SFL YouTube channel, I think we're maybe looking at early previews of the playoffs. You know, Portland still trying to recover from an early skid, but all 4 of these teams have really shown some special stuff here today.
Play action from the Fleas. They're going to bomb this one deep, picked off! Going right back the other way. And DC counters with another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers. They're lucky that one didn't go for a touchdown. Josh Vasquez could only spot it back where it was.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, Josh Vasquez does a fantastic job to get up to that, and that's similar to the other interception that we saw in this game, where it was just lofted up a little bit too high, and he's able to out jump the receiver because he's in the position first.
Deep drop from Shabazz Synergy, throws the outside. That's going to be caught, but go right out of bounds afterwards. That's Josh Gill on the reception.
Second and 2 from 39 yards.
Whipping out the hard count. Deep drop for Synergy. Going to be a pitch and catch. Gain of, I think that's 4 or 5. That's going to bring another first down for Josh Gill.
Yeah, it's a great job by Gill to hold on to that one and just staying in bounds. I mean, it was a great throw by Synergy to set him up, but that was tough to stay in bounds there, just how close it was to the sidelines.
2 wide to the bottom, none wide to the top. Synergy under center. Quick drop, throws over to Kevin Say. Say can pick up a block. He's going to spin his way out of 1. Can't spin his way out of 2, though. And that'll bring up a 1st and 10.
Yeah, the athleticism from Kevin Say really is how he makes tackles miss so often. That first spin slows him up a little bit, and then that's why that second tackle is able to connect. But he just really showcases why he is able to make those first line tackles miss with so much efficiency and reliability.
First and 10, gonna throw, and oh, that one went right into the elbow pocket there of Kevin Say, the Moose.
Second and 10.
Second and 10. That's going to be a handoff up the middle for Kevin Say. Say plows through. Gains 8 yards, making it 3rd and 2 as the clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, and that clock ticking is really maybe just as important for DC. The fact that this is really a race for time against Portland. I mean, you know, it's 3 scores, but it is certainly a makeable 3 scores. But it's sooner or later going to be, like I say, a race against the clock.
And luckily for them, that's going to be converted only into a field goal, as the tight end on that play couldn't quite get up in time. I got slammed at the line, 4th and 1.
Yeah, and bend don't break mentality has had mixed results for Portland, but they have really played much better on defense. They got that first stop and the pick 6 that got them back into this game. So Portland's defense have really had a turnaround in the second half so far.
And that brings it to a 41-21 ball game. Meanwhile, over in Baltimore, that game's gone final. The Baltimore Vultures have beaten the Vancouver Legion 30-27 in what could be a championship preview. And that game, just from the scoreline, looks like it was a classic.
Yeah, absolutely, and that really helps Baltimore's both strength of victory and strength of schedule going down. You never know when 1 point can be the difference between making the playoffs and not.
Yeah, it's strange to think about if you add just a few more points, what difference your season could be. But Portland's going to need 21 of those points if they want to get their first win of the season.
Mm-hmm. I'm a time traveler, so I would know about how small things being different can make big changes. But Portland have made those small differences, and they're looking to make big changes here in the second half.
Big changes can often start with a big run, as that's going to go for 9 yards. And you know, Alden, I'm starting to wonder if maybe you're not exactly a time traveler, maybe you're like a dimensional shifter, you know, because it seems to be that you've been a little bit hit or miss with all these time traveling predictions of yours.
Yeah, it's like I said, if you ever saw The Fly, I got my time machine from the same guy that sold the machine to what's his face in The Fly. So maybe I should have picked a better time machine salesman.
Yeah, should have gone to the DeLorean Motor Company or something. 2nd and 1 here.
There you go.
2nd and 1, 2 men in the backfield for the Portland Fleet. Handoff right up the middle to Ezekiel Love, who's going to churn the legs and get the first down. 1st and 10 with 5:17 and counting here in the third quarter of this SFL action.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, well, it's a great run by Ezekiel Love. You know, both of these running backs have had explosive plays, but we've seen just as often them just getting across the line and that being enough.
Throws to the outside. That's going to be a nice run, gain of 7. And it's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 49-yard line, right at the midfield, almost in the midfield stripe.
Yeah, Portland marching down the field here. It's still going to be an uphill climb, but they are doing the things that they need to stay in this game.
And really, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Offset eye going to hand it off to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love's got some room down the sideline. Sheds a tackler. Picks up a block. He is going to score. Touchdown, Portland Fleet. And standing here, I realize this game is back on.
Speaking of doing things that you need to do, Ezekiel Love takes the ball in his hands and as we're going to see here, follows his blocks 1-2, and that block there, he only has one tackle to break, and then he gets another tackle picked up, another block rather, picked up towards the very end there, and he just uses his speed that has been his bread and butter his entire career to go down the field in one fell swoop. 51 yards, the touchdown run for Ezekiel Love.
And now Portland looking to bring this back to a 17-point ball game. Or, apologies, it would be a 13-point ball game. My mathematical acumen is not exactly known as the highest here in the SFL. Kick is up, and it's going to be good. 28-41 in a game where, I mean, if you like offense, I don't know. I think this is the best game for you to watch this week.
Yeah, absolutely. The over-under for this game, 54.5. We are well past that and looking to break it, to break that number even further with plenty of time left in the third plus the fourth to go.
Yeah, this game has been points galore. So if anyone out there is a fan of offense, I'd say this game is one to watch. And if you're a fan of kick returns, I think this one might be one to watch too down the sidelines. Gus Scott, he's going to be gone for a DC Dragons touchdown.
Is this a prank? Are we on like a football TV show right now? Because this has been maybe one of the most spectacular football games in the SFL it has ever been my pleasure to call. I mean, my goodness, look at this. 2 blocks down the side. He turns on his speed, and oh man, that looks like a defensive lineman that is chasing him, because he has just gone full speed all the way down the sideline. Oh my goodness, what a spectacular return for DC, and what a spectacular way to return those 6 points.
Yep, and they extend their lead right back out, as they are now just a few points shy of the highest scoring game ever for the Dragons. And we're not even at the 4th quarter.
That is insane to me.
Kick is up, and it is good. Now it's 48-28 in a game that has exited reality, and now we are we're in some sort of space-time rift.
Yeah, in a video game of some kind, even though we know that absolutely cannot be the case.
Yeah, you know, some would say they're almost putting up video game numbers. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
Kick is away from Paul Ty, and let's see if Portland can return the favor. Ball taken at the 1-yard line, up past the 20, past the 25, past the 30. I was about to lose my voice there.
Oh.
Thank goodness. I need that.
Oh my goodness. That would have maybe been one of the most spectacular 1-2 punches in the history of this league. As one of our statisticians is saying, every time Portland does something, DC answers with something else. And it's got to be a little frustrating for Portland. Every time they've done something spectacular, DC answers with something just as special. It's almost like a skate video that you'd see in the 90s or 2000s. It's just one trick after the other.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was never very good at skateboarding or at the Tony Hawk game, so I only partially understand what you're getting at there. Loss of 1 on that previous play. 2nd and 11. Deep drop is going to be thrown over the middle. That is a grab.
Wow.
And a health insurance throw at that by Nelson Lozano Jr.
I mean, we're starting to run out of combinations of nouns, adjectives, and verbs to describe what is going on in this game, but just another instance of tall ball there. Puts the ball up into the air, and his receiver goes up and gets it. You know, we've seen tall ball on both sides of the field, both the receivers and the defensive backs going up for interceptions.
Meanwhile, Ezekiel Love nearly broke out another touchdown as we are currently at over 700 combined yards between these two teams, and what is definitely, you know, a game for certain people, you know?
Yeah, this is not for not for fans of closed battles in the trenches, but if you're a fan of highlight plays, this is the game for you to watch this week.
Battles forward for a single yard, and yeah, I mean, you know, Alden, I'm from Big Ten country. 3 yards in a cloud of dust is our sort of thing. These two coastal teams are coming out, flinging their guns, as that's going to be a free play for Portland, as there was offsides by the Dragons.
Yet another opportunity for some wizardry to happen.
First and 10 once more for the Fleet. Ball's on the 34-yard line. Offset eye is the look. Hand off to Ezekiel Love. He picks up some blocking.
Oh.
Cut in a little bit too far. And only going to gain 3 yards. And okay, he got up.
Every time something there's just been so many exciting fireworks moments in this game that anytime anything happens at all, you just feel your heart drop into your stomach. So much excitement in this game that it's almost excitement overload.
Hand off to the outside, and Ezekiel Love seemed to spin himself a little bit too silly. Although both teams are still having a great time. O'Rourke on the tackle. And, you know, these defenses still got to get a little bit of love, even if they've let up over 70 points combined.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I think you really have to give them credit that it hasn't been more with how well Shabazz Synergy and these running backs and Cyrus Drive and these running backs have been playing.
And Cyrus Drive picks up another first down as we wind it down to the last minute of this third quarter. A third quarter that has been testing the verbosity that us commentators are capable of.
The verbosity and the vocabulary has certainly been a challenge for us today, and then that's where we make our bread and butter. So I think that shows you what a special game this has been.
Run right up the middle, gonna gain nothing, lose nothing. 2nd and 10 on the Dragons 21. If nothing else, right now it's looking like Portland will be able to kick a field goal, and we might have another play or two remaining in the third.
I get it, getting to put more points on the board, testing our elocution even further.
Cyrus Drive dropping back, throws it over the middle. That's going to be a gain of 7, making it 3rd and 3 as they get into the red zone. That's going to bring us to the end of a wild third quarter. Get
My
your
goodness.
4s, 86s and 12s up in chat, folks. The Dragons lead the Fleet 48-24, and we're just entering the fourth quarter. You're watching the SFL on Rare Drop Sports. Jack Brown alongside Alden Bleeker here in a game that one may describe as not normal. Throws over the middle, and there's a pick.
Gosh.
There's something else to add on to the... Hey, that's Riley Cuse. That's his 2nd turnover of the day. Look at that.
Yeah, I have been rewatching Westworld, and this is really feeling like something out of Westworld. You know what I mean? It's just hand crafted to be a very watchable and exciting game of football for the fans. You know, maybe fingers on face moment for both DC and Portland fans, but fantastic for neutral fans.
And that was nearly picked right back. Unfortunately, the Portland defender was flying in. And, well, boats are not exactly known to do well in flight.
No, that is why they carry the jets for them. And that is really been one of the few opportunities that has looked very awkward for DC here.
That was Bernard Smith on the tip. 2nd and 10. 90 yards to go for the Dragons. They want to put up a 50-burger. They're going to hand off to Kevin Say. You look for a second like he was going to get those 90 yards. Only gains 8, though. That's just under 10%. I say that's good enough.
Well, we talked about how, you know, you have to give these defenses a little bit of credit. You know, Bernard Smith, a former teammate of mine in the SFL minor leagues. We were both on the Memphis River Runners, and you know, he really has been a big part of their secondary. We've heard his name called multiple times here.
And fortunately, Portland gets a stop. That's been not something that we've seen too often. Let's cherish it.
Yeah, few and far between. Portland struggled a little bit early in this game, but Portland have really struggled to get these stops throughout the game. But they get a great one there because this punt is going to come from within the 5-yard line.
That's going to be a sky punt. Fair caught at the 47, and if Portland's looking to get some more points up on the board, I'd say this is a pretty good opportunity to do so.
I believe that is only the. I'll go back through our statistics here, but I believe that is only the second punt of the game. I will verify that very quickly here.
2 wide at the top, 1 wide at the bottom, 2 men at the backfield is the look for the Fleet. They're going to throw this one deep over the middle. They're going to get one over the middle up to the 36-yard line. And look at that. Over 400-yard passing combined between these two quarterbacks. It's been a gun show. It's been a run show. It's been an everything.
Yeah, and this is perhaps a bit surprising. There have been, to answer the question that was asked in chat, there have been 5 punts total, 3 by Portland and 2 by DC. There's just been so much offense that you really sort of block the punts out.
And there's some more offense to boot. That's going to be a nice little slant route to Gene Valentine right over the middle. Another first down as I finally say his name right.
And Portland threatening very quickly to get back on the board. You know, we say that no lead is safe in the SFL, and Portland looking to put that to the test.
Play action pass from Cyrus Jive. Goes over the middle. What?
Oh.
How was that caught? The low ball as Gene Valentine gets another one. Scoops it, and it's 1st and goal at the 5 for Portland.
How was that caught is right. That was a low snap. Cyrus Jive stumbled to get into the pocket. That looked like, from our angle, that looked like it was an interception, but somehow, some way manages to hold on to that one.
1st and goal, balls on the 5. Offset eyes a look for Portland as they look to crack the 30-point barrier. And off the outside, that's going to be a gain of 1. Not a lot going there as Ezekiel Love looks to break the rushing touchdown deadlock we're at.
Yeah, and it's really crazy that both of these teams have been so even. This has just been such an explosive, you know, fireworks type game, as we say.
Throws back in the end zone. Oh, that's tipped incomplete, making it 3rd and goal, but stops the clock. For what that's worth.
Yeah, man, that was tipped up in the air, and the way this game has been going, you think that would have been returned for 6. It's just been one of those kinds of games.
Don't know if I've ever seen an end zone to end zone pick 6 in the SFL. I'm sure it's happened probably 3 dozen times.
There's a first time for everything, though.
True. 3rd and goal. Handoff to Ezekiel Love, working to the outside. He's not going to get it.
Wow.
Portland going to have to settle for 3.
That is some tough defense by DC to hold them to a field goal here. And oh man, that is so rough for Portland. They did such a great job taking advantage of the field position they were given, but it's going to stall out on the 3-yard line. That is deep in the red zone.
Yeah, that one was very close to putting up some more points on the board. Kick is away, and it is good. 48-31, but it's still anything can happen, including 3 consecutive touchdowns from the Fleet. And are they going to go for onside? No,
it's possible, but I think it's too soon. When Bernard Smith and this secondary are really working, they can get tips and interceptions. I think they trust themselves here.
Kick's going to work its way out to the outside, up to the 27. And DC looking to do what they do best and one up Portland.
Yeah, still, someone correct my math if I'm wrong, but this is still a 3-score game. So if DC were able to score here, that would help a lot. It would take the ball out of Portland's hands, so to speak.
And off to Kevin Sagan to lose a yard, as Chad is now informing us there have been several end zone to end zone pick sixes. So it wouldn't be the first, but I mean, hey, it would happen. It's bound to happen at some point, right?
Yeah, Eddie Gage also saying that Florida had a 101-yard pick six versus Mexico City a couple seasons ago. So it's rare, but if there was a game for it to happen, it would certainly be this one.
Another handoff to Kevin Says. He's going to lose another yard, 3rd and 12. And surprisingly, DC deciding to go a little bit conservative.
Yeah, that is quite surprising. I mean, not just because it's been a very explosive game, but also because, you know, you have an opportunity to put the game beyond doubt, and they're choosing to play it conservatively, like you say.
Throws deep over the middle. That's tipped incomplete.
And it's Bernard Smith, my former teammate.
Yeah, and you mentioned him by name.
Okay, maybe I don't need a refund on that time machine, just a little tune-up.
Yeah, I'm sure time machine repair shops are bountiful.
You got to bring your own uranium, and they'll fix it right up.
Expect Portland to be aggressive on this punt. Snaps right where it needs to be, and Portland more so is dropping into coverage here. Fair caught at the 40. That's going to bring up 1st and 10.
It's very similar to the last drive. I don't. I'd have to look back at our drive summary that we have here to see exactly where it started, but this is a very similar position. In fact, this is 7 yards better than their previous, or 7 yards back from their previous starting position. So they have another chance to play that previous drive how they were hoping it would have gone.
Unfortunately, it's not going to start how they wish it could go. Gain of none, loss of none. And I'm surprised Portland's still sticking to the ground game, although time is of the essence and they're down 3 scores.
Yeah, I mean, Ezekiel Love has had quite a few explosive plays, you know, the 3 touchdowns and 173 yards and only 22 attempts, so.
And that's another stuffed run right up the middle. Expect probably some sort of aerial attack on this 3rd down.
Yeah, and it's a good job stuffing up the middle by Jose Fuentes, and they really put Portland in a put up or shut up situation here.
3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Cyrus Jive looking around, gonna throw it over the middle. That's gonna be caught. I think that's Lozano again.
And they have to go clock to manage time here. I think this is a correct decision.
Yeah, just keep running what works. I mean, another throw over the middle. The deeper option was available. Don't know why they didn't go for it. Gain of 8 on the play. Gonna go for the same thing for the 3rd time. Hey, it's worked out the first 2 times. See no reason why to switch. Gonna go over the middle. That's gonna be caught for another 1st down. And they're gonna keep going with it.
Yeah, save your timeouts as long as you can. I like this.
They're gonna keep going. They keep chugging along. Throw over the middle. That's tipped incomplete.
Well, finally, Portland gonna get an opportunity to reset their formation. I think that is some brilliant coaching. You know, they realize that what's going on is still working, and so keep going for it. Keep going clock. Keep running clock. And they picked up quite a bit of yardage there, just running that same play over and over.
2nd and 10. It's gonna be a play action. Throws it towards the sideline. Oh, the tip! Oh, why did he not pick that off?
Oh, that would have been an absolute backbreaker for Portland. And is that correct? Was that a throw to the fullback?
Yeah, it looks like a depth option too.
Hashtag throw it to the fullback, I guess. Portland really being creative in this late game situation.
Yeah, Jacob Farmer, I guess, just got here from tilling the field and, you know, decided to run a little bit more than he's used to. 3rd and 10 on DC's 28. Less than 4:20 left on the clock. Throw to the outside. That's caught! Not enough to put down, though. I don't know. I feel as if you kind of have to go for it.
Yeah, I think this is 4 down territory because you've got 4 minutes, but DC's gonna take the ball back, and I don't think you're gonna see a single pass. And they are gonna chew that clock, boy.
And surprisingly enough, they're going to kick. Not the worst decision. It's going to be about a 39-yard field goal if Joey Robb makes it. Snaps a bit low, kicks away from Robb. And the rookie makes another one. 34-48. And I think now's the time you whip out the onside.
Either now, it depends on how much faith they have in their ability to stop Kevin Say and Shabazz Synergy on the other side of the field, because it's a 2-score game. So they've either got to get a stop now, and they've got to go for an onside kick eventually. I guess they're going for it now.
Yeah, this is the smart maneuver. Kick is high. That's going to be recovered by the Dragons. The Dragons now in pretty dang good field position. I'm wholly expecting another score here, honestly.
Yeah, and that's why I like going for the kick here first, right? Because you've got to go for an onside kick eventually once you get the ball back. But if you kick them deep, if you go for the kickoff and get them deep, then they don't have the opportunity to just hit a game-winning field goal.
Well, I mean, when you're down by two possessions, you know, what's the difference really on a field goal when there's this little time left, as DC is going to start milking the clock?
Yeah, it's one of those small decisions that I think could go either way, but I just think the correct clock management decision is to kick first. I guess that's why I'm not an offensive or special teams coordinator.
Well, you learn more by the day. 2nd and 11. Portland shifts around their linebackers. Deep drop from Synergy. Gonna have to throw this one. Tipped incomplete.
It's right there. It's right there in front of you. Oh my goodness. That is a pristine opportunity to get a pick, and I didn't see the number there, but just watched it fall to the turf. Oh, it's a 3rd and long, and they're going to try to turn it into a 4th and long. This would certainly be a punt, but my goodness, you've got to take your destiny into your own hands.
Quick drop from Synergy. Oh, he avoids the sack. Can he avoid 2? I don't know what he's trying to do. That's going to be a long way from the first down marker. They got 2 yards. They're going to milk the clock a little bit. I mean, I guess that's a win.
Yeah, oh man, Shabazz Synergy having to bob and weave and rope-a-dope to even stay up there and avoid the sack. That would have been an unmitigated disaster for DC. But this is going to be a very long punt. And are they going for it? Okay, no.
No. There's no reason.
Yeah, I was going to say absolutely no reason, yeah.
Unless they want to have some fun with us, you know, that's always a possibility.
Play with their food before they eat it, I guess.
Yeah, you know. They're going to let this one take a DC Dragons bounce into the end zone. So 2:38 left on the clock. Portland down 14. They're going to need something big on this drive, and they're going to need it now.
Yeah, the first attempt at the onside kick did not go their way. But the good news is for Portland, they effectively have 4 timeouts to get down the field, and if they don't get that onside kick, then it's time to panic.
Well, first they need to score a touchdown on this drive. Let's see how they're gonna try and do so. They're going to throw it over the middle, and they're going to gain a nice chunk of yardage, and they're going to run right back up to the line.
Yeah, absolutely go clock until that 2-minute warning pops up. I agree with this.
They're going to probably get another play or two with that in mind.
Oh!
Well, they're going to get at least another playoff. I know we know that much now.
Yeah, that pass just hitting Ezekiel Love in the back. I mean, certainly a high-pressure situation for Cyrus Jive. I don't think you can fault him for that.
You can certainly falter Ezekiel Love for it, though. 2nd down and 10. Throws over the middle. Oh, there's no one in front of him. He's going to shed a tackler. Can't shed two. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. And Portland's got the spark they need for this hopeful comeback. Stick around, folks. This game is just getting started. You're watching the SFL on Rare Drop Sports. First and 10, balls on the Dragons 31. Portland's going to be looking to keep moving the ball downfield. Throws over the middle. That's nearly intercepted. Only takes 2 seconds off, though. That's the plus side, I guess.
I am holding my head in my hand and arms. This is such a tense conclusion to this game. Portland getting their chance to make what would be arguably one of the more exceptional comebacks this season.
Quick drop, throws over to Ezekiel Love. Love not going to shed a man, and they're going to be forced to waste their first timeout.
Yeah, that's maybe a problem. I mean, this game is essentially over if they don't get the onside kick after scoring, but you really want to hold on to these timeouts as long as you possibly can.
Third down and 8. They got 2 plays to make 8 yards at the minimum. Let's see what Portland does with it. They're going to throw it over the middle. The slave play works to perfection. Down
They're going
to 15.
clock. No timeout. They're going clock.
I mean, you got to go aggressive, and clearly this play works. Throw over the middle. There's enough room.
Oh, that's not a touchdown?
Touchdown. How?
I would almost say challenge that if they didn't need the timeout.
Yeah, first and goal, though. There's not enough room to work with. He's going to get sacked.
No.
Let's stay in this.
Oh no!
This is certainly a football game. Throws the end zone, incomplete.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Oh, as is pointed out in the chat, the last 2 minutes of the half, replay controlled by official review controlled by the replay official. Oh my goodness, this is I don't know if you the viewers at home can feel your heart racing, but that is what it's like for us up in the booth. My goodness, what an exciting conclusion to this game.
Third and goal. They're gonna go for the same play again. Tipped, incomplete. Fourth and goal. Ball is on the 7.
But it's 4 down territory. You have to go for it. You have to go for it. There's no exception.
This game has had craziness after craziness. I fully expect whatever happens here to make me partially lose my sanity. Low snap for Cyrus Jive.
Oh no! Oh.
Okay. Led it too far to the outside, and that's going to be a incomplete pass. They're going to register that as, and DC is going to hold on to win in a game that had some things happen in it.
And it's being but what would happen if this is a catch?
I don't know.
This would still be a turnover on downs, right?
Of all things to review.
Yeah, they didn't review the touchdown, and this is not a catch.
What?
After review, the play stands. The pass was incomplete. The catch was made out of bounds.
And the call on the field stands.
I am as confused as the chat here. What just happened? So,
well, I mean, this football game needed something weird to end it off with, and I think
it's only appropriate, I guess.
Yep, so expect DC just to hammer out these last few plays. They're going to hold on to win 48-34. I was half expecting him to run that off for a touchdown. Not even going to apply.
Just put an exclamation mark on this game with another touchdown. Oh, we are losing our sanity up here in the booth, folks.
2nd and 7 now. And they're going to start in the victory formations. Kneel down, and that's going to mean that Portland's officially out of timeouts. I mean, Portland will get the ball back to maybe make the scoreline a little bit closer. So
yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's not, oh man, it's maybe possible. It is conceivably possible if they get a touchdown in one play, return the onside kick and get a touchdown in another play, go for 2 and then get it, or just take overtime. I mean, why not? Why would this game not go over to overtime at this point?
So the punt will happen. There won't be enough time for Portland to come back and win this if DC does this correctly.
Oh, I see. You're correct mathematically here.
But they will be able to make this game a little bit closer. Fair caught at the 36, 16 seconds left. Surely DC will probably be sending out their backup to this point, so Portland should be able to
maybe
make it closer.
Yeah, maybe. And again, like we said of the Vancouver-Baltimore game, with both strength of schedule and strength of victory tiebreakers in play, you know, you never know when 3 to 7 points is going to make the difference between qualifying for the playoffs and not.
They're going to go into their favorite formation all day, and that's not going to be enough for the first down. They're going to have to probably clock it. That they will. They're going to clock this.
Is this going to be a spike, or are they just going to go for it here?
I was about to say they almost ran out of time to spike it, but I know how APF works.
Hashtag APF logic almost struck there.
1 second left. This game will end on at least a competitive play. We'll have to see what exactly happens. Knowing how this game is gone, it's going to be something wild. And that's a Hail Mary formation. Low snap. Moving around the pocket.
Oh.
Throws it deep to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. That's ball gain. 48-34 in favor of the Dragons. I'm not exactly sure how to categorize this game, Alden. It had everything.
Yeah, so certainly put it in the miscellaneous category for sure. It started as a battle between 2 running backs and 2 offenses, and the statistics, as you see there, are very similar, but just something happened. Maybe both of these teams, their coaches put the special stuff from Space Jam in their water bottles, because that third quarter was maybe some of the most exciting football I have ever personally called for the SFL. Maybe some of the most exciting football I've ever seen in my time as a fan.
Yeah, 922 yards.
My goodness.
Combined just on offense alone. And I'm sure with the kick returns and whatnot, that is a combined over 1,000 yards in this football game.
Yeah, and what is that? 82 points. I mean, they beat the spread by almost by I believe that's 30 points exactly. So this game just came out of nowhere, and it's maybe not the kind of game that you want to see every week if you're a DC or a Portland fan. It was even tight to the end, as special as it was, but a fantastic game for the neutral fans, and glad to have been able to showcase it here. Yeah, and as one of our statisticians says here, this has to be some sort of combined yardage record. We'll have to go in and our historians will verify it after the fact, but it has to be close. If not, it would have to be extremely close.
Yeah, and really, it all comes down to who the heck is going to be player of the game. Honestly, you could pick any of the 22 offensive members from either team here so far, but I'd expect it probably is going to be Kevin Say, right?
Yeah, if it was my pick, it would be Kevin Say, 160 yards on 23 attempts and 3 touchdowns. I'm really looking for anyone who is even close, and besides Ezekiel Lev, who had 173 yards on the same number of attempts and also had 3 touchdowns, I just am not seeing anyone.
Yeah, no one really to come close enough. Finally, here comes player of the game honors for this wild ride, this roller coaster of a game here tonight, folks. Kevin Say, the Moose, wins player of the game. From all of us here at the SFL HQ, I'm Jack Brown alongside Alden Bleeker, Zach Holdorf, and Stephen Hacker, holding us down to the stats truck. And we say so long and have a wonderful evening full of possibly more crazy SFL action.